Hello, my love. Welcome back to my channel for another video. And if you're new around here, welcome. I am Sam. So today we're doing another pick your message, and we're using my card deck, Confident AF, today. So I'm so excited to dive right in. Let's do it. Okay, so if you picked card number 1, I'm compassionate towards myself. So this one's really beautiful because you're taught to be really hard on yourself. And I've also heard the saying like, oh, no one can be as hard on me as myself. So, I'm going to be even harder on myself than anyone else. And I don't actually like that approach because it's very destructive. I've been there myself with my eating disorder. But when you have compassion for yourself, that builds the self-love. And self-love builds confidence. And when you have confidence, you can really take on anything. Hence why it is part of, obviously, the Confident AF card deck. But this could just be a reminder for you to be more compassionate towards yourself. And rather than look at your downfalls and things that you don't like about yourself, be more compassionate and give yourself grace in a lot of situations where you would normally, guilt yourself a lot or put a lot of shame on yourself. I mean, like, oh, you're so stupid for doing that. And instead being like, oh, you know what, like, this is a really great opportunity for me to learn something, or, I'm going to learn something from this. Or, I make mistakes and that's okay. But, by making this mistake now, I'm not going to make it in the future. So that one's really beautiful. And if you picked card number 2, this one says, I take daily action on things that matter to me. Here we go. So this maybe isn't a reminder, but maybe it's like a knock on your door, and it's like, hey, like, what do you love to do? Like, what are you really passionate about? And, maybe you used to do something, but maybe you lost your passion for it and you don't do it anymore. Gonna be completely real. I love doing YouTube videos. I love doing them, but then I kind of lost my passion for recording, and then I didn't post for forever. And now just then my podcast episodes were getting published to the YouTube channel, and here we are. I'm like, you know what? I miss doing these. We're gonna come back and do these because I miss them so much. And use me as an example because you're human and you're not perfect, and that's okay. Like, that's what's really beautiful about it, because you can learn from your mistakes and from past things that you've done, and being like, okay, so even when this happens, I can still come back and do it again. Like, there's nothing wrong with coming back. So be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, even with this as well, because even if you fuck up one day, you can still come back and do it the next day. Like, have you ever heard the thing where, oh, like, I'm gonna cheat on my meal prep or on my meal plan, and you know what, we're just gonna quit because I gave up, like, I failed today, so I'm just gonna quit. And it's like, whoa, you can have a cheat day, or you can do that, but the next day you can continue on. Like, just because you don't do it one day, you're gonna throw away all that success that you had. No, like, you can learn from that lesson and then continue on that journey the next day. And you might find this next example a little morbid, but it's kind of similar. If you have an addiction problem, and you're trying to abstain from alcohol, and then you have one drink and you're like, oh, that's it, I'm just going to keep drinking. And it's like, well, no, you had a relapse, and that's okay. That happens a lot. It's very common for a lot of people with addictions. And you can, but just because you have a relapse doesn't mean that you can't continue on your journey of sobriety and learn from this lesson, so that in the future then you're less likely to have a relapse. And so that's really beautiful as well. And from someone who myself is sober from alcohol and smoking, there have been so many times where I've wanted to relapse, or I've been really, really close. And, even if I did, it's like, you know what, my why is still super important to me, why I quit. And even if I relapsed for a day or two or a week or whatever, then I would still go back to to being sober because it's so important for me to not drink and smoke for the reasons that are important to me. Okay, last one. Card number 3. If you picked this one, I am not afraid of failure. I celebrate the lessons I learned from my mistakes. So this one, it kind of ties into the second one a little bit, but honestly, you grow more when you fuck up, when you fail. And you're taught that failure is this bad thing, but it's really not, because you actually learn more from failing than succeeding and, doing everything right. You don't really learn anything from that. You don't grow. You don't think, hey, you know what? This didn't work. How can we change it? How can we make it better so that, you kind of just stay the same? And it's really important to celebrate like lessons that you've learned, because even when you fuck up, even when you have a mistake, you should still celebrate that because you're growing as a human being. And you might be thinking, Sam, like, you're crazy. Why the fuck would I celebrate when I fuck up, when I make a mistake? And you can take that as a really great learning opportunity. It's like, hey, well, where did I go wrong in this situation? And then from the place of celebration, once you learn, okay, this is where I went wrong, this is what I'm going to change, you can celebrate that part of it. So it's not really celebrating the fact that you screwed up and your failure, but learning from that. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do this different in the future. I'm going to become so much better. And you know what? I'm going to celebrate this epiphany or this lesson that I learned that's going to help me become an even better human being than I am today. So that's amazing. So that's what I have for today. That is the 3 cards. And I pulled that from my card deck, Confident AF, which also comes with the Confident AF journal, which is a beautiful, beautiful journal that is accompanied with it. And you can purchase it at bit.ly/confident bundle. And yeah, it's amazing. I put so much heart and soul into this. I know you're going to love it too, even if you loved, one of the simple card pulls that I did. There are 45 different affirmations, and they have been transformational in me recovering from my eating disorder, leaving abusive relationships, and just building my confidence so I could even build my business and do videos like this today for you. So building your confidence is a really great skill that you need to learn, and they don't teach you this in school. So I am teaching it to you through my card deck and through all the bonuses that you get when you purchase the card deck. So there's over $800 worth of courses and trainings, plus the physical product that you only have to pay $55 for. So once these sell out, this will not be available for a very, very long time, because I'm actually working on another card deck currently. So if you want in on the Confident AF card deck and journal to build your confidence, you can go after the life that you really, truly deserve and stop settling, stop, feeling. You can finally go after the life that you deserve. You can stop settling for shitty relationships, stop settling in a job that you hate, and do what you really love. So I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.